Well, that's a great goal to have. Having a sauna in one's home is such a pleasure. It's such an escape to be able to go in there every day and have some time for yourself that is giving you tremendous health benefits in so many ways. And we'll have another video talking all about the health benefits of a sauna. But today, to answer your question, let's look at the things that you want to be wary of when getting a sauna. And there's three main things, and these each have an acronym to them, and they are EMF, ELF, and VOCs. Now let's start with the first two, EMF and ELF, because they're a little bit related. So EMF, electromagnetic fields, ELF, extremely low frequencies. These are both electrical toxicity. These are electromagnetic radiation that is not beneficial. This is dirty electricity that can come off the heaters of the sauna in case of EMF, and in the case of ELF, this would be coming off the electrical wiring of the sauna. And in many infrared saunas out there, there are very high levels of both EMF and ELF that are going to be counterproductive to your health goals. There's a lot of theories about why and how EMF and ELF are bad. And I won't go into all of them today, but I will focus on the most compelling one, and this is the most scientifically validated, and that is the research of Dr. Martin Pall. And he found that we have these things in all of our cells in our bodies called voltage-gated calcium channels. Think about the structure of what that means. Voltage-gated, so that means that there's a gate which allows something to pass or not to pass. And voltage, electrical voltage, is what controls it to open or close. So you have voltage-gated calcium channels, and so calcium is that thing that comes through there. So voltage is controlling the gate to open or close for calcium to either flow into the cell or not. And in our, in a natural environment, this voltage-gated calcium channel is controlled by very, very subtle electrical signals. And it keeps everything in perfect balance. When you are having the perfect amount of calcium flowing into the cell, it's maintaining a healthy pH. It's not getting you into a situation of inflammation. It's maintaining a healthy cellular environment. Well, when you expose yourself to lots of EMF, the intensity of EMF that we get from electrical devices, from phones, from all kinds of things that we're around these days, is way more intense than what would ever be normally sent to signal the voltage-gated calcium channel. So you're just blasting this thing wide open, allowing too much calcium to flow into the cell, which then leads to a pH imbalance. It leads to an imbalance in the whole chemical makeup of what's going on in the cell, and it has an inflammatory effect to it as well. So EMF and ELF are definitely something to watch out for. Really good infrared saunas are shielding EMF. So as a full transparency, I have grown up with my family in the infrared sauna business, running Heal with Heat, who are the largest dealers of clear light saunas. And so, well, first of all, let me say off to the side, like if you want to get a sauna, let me know and I'll make sure you're really well taken care of. And I could have a bias here, but on the other hand, I would be more inclined to look at it as I have a lot of experience to share from, and I hope you'll see it that way as well. So really good, oops, forgot to turn off my notifications there. Really good infrared saunas are going to have EMF shielding. Clearlight was the first company to really start doing this going back a number of years, and they do it by the way that their heaters are constructed to naturally block the EMF. And they also are one of the only companies to shield against ELF, extremely low frequencies. They come off the wiring of the sauna, and this is done by the way they wrap the wires in the sauna and enclose them in a metal sheath that blocks the ELF. So that's very cool. It doesn't get you down to zero EMF in the sauna. You're not in a Faraday cage, right? But most places where you'd be seated in the sauna, you're experiencing less than half a milligauss, which is basically what you're going to pick up on an EMF meter basically anywhere in your home if you have Wi-Fi and you have electricity in the walls and things like that. And getting to zero is not something that you necessarily need to aim for, because you're not going to get it anywhere in your home, but you definitely want to be under a milligauss, ideally below half a milligauss. So there's that part of it, and that's very important. And then you also want to look at VOCs, and these are volatile organic compounds. These are chemicals that can off-gas from the sauna, whether from glues or chemicals in the wood, or maybe chemicals that were used to finish the wood and things like that. So ideally, with everything that we're talking about here, you want to make sure that it's third-party validated. So you want to see third-party testing for EMFs and ELFs. And then you also want to see third-party testing for no VOCs. So if the wood has been treated, it's treated with, say, a varnish that is VOC-free. So there's nothing going to be off-gassing, as you're in there for a number of reasons, but amongst others, to detoxify. Last thing you want to do is to be breathing in more toxins, right? So those are the three things I would say to watch out for would be EMF, ELF, and VOCs.